So at the moment, we're in a place where we've got everything that I possibly know wrapped up, although we have got some side quests here. But the only thing we can really do is look for Ruby. I've got to find this mural. It does ring a bell, but I can't remember where I saw it. How are these coming along? Some kind of superstar's done. This is nearly done. It's 29 minutes away. I'll tell you what, why don't we just get that? Because if we get this, we can talk to the woman on the boat again. See if it adds anything. Book. I'm just reading this kid's book over and over again to pass time. It's the best thing ever. $14. That should be one more time. Done it. Right, so let's have a look. Jamais vu. Derealization. Jamais vu. This, the opposite of deja vu. Okay, well I didn't know that. I'm getting enlightened here myself. Not already seen, but never seen. Everything that should be familiar appears strange and new, like some half-forgotten day in your childhood. Only now, that's the feeling you've been having, and for who knows how long. You should go and ask Joyce Messier about this. What world we're in. This is the fundamental question. So what do I get? -1 encyclopedia, +1 XP for every orb clicked. All intelligence learning caps raised by 1. It's alright. It's an alright skill, but most importantly, we can go back and speak to Joyce. And the good thing is we're heading over that way anyway. I think, aside from the criminal case that we're investigating, the most interesting part of this game is the crazy things that are happening that you don't necessarily know, like if it's real or not. You strain the lines between reality and basically non-reality. You know what I mean? But we have a green orb here. You hear the sound of running water. Someone's washing dishes. Go in. Locked. We're not getting in there, are we? Ambient sounds are awesome. We never spoke to this guy, did we?
It is such a pleasure to see you again, officer. How may I aid the citizens, militia, on this fine day?
Rhetoric. Yeah, we can't do that because we don't have rhetoric. Come on then. Let's head out.
You keep coming back. That's good, officer. Keep
We can
browsing
do this
those
now.
clothes. Keep saving that economy.
Find something worth salvaging. Something cold grazes your hand, synthetic and sleek. A windbreaker, surf it says, but also wind summer. 100% waterproof and sport, all in different typefaces. This jacket is the apex of human evolution, the moment at which a man became weatherproof. Practical, and yet may deaden your senses to the world around you, possibly because of the awful typeface. Good choice, only $4.50. Ooh, plus composure. I'll take it. That would have came in handy before. +2 half-light. Fuck, I want to buy everything. They might come in handy, won't they? Now he had something else. Oh, wait there. If we had 50 real, we could have bought the shoes. But I'm not really bothered.
The shine on those sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed.
A hat that adds +1 perception. Electrochemistry. Nah. It's a shame we can't. Conceptualization 3. I'm actually going to spend a point in here, you know. Well, actually, no, I'm not. No, I'm not, because that'll be wasting a try at something. Leave for now. Conceptualization.
The shine on those sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer.
I bet you they do. Let's try this. I'm dying to find out what equipment we'll get.
The shine on those sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed.
A pair of water blue shades. The writing on the left temple says Sub-Insulindic Rendezvous. The frame appears to be hand carved out of bone. Oh, very interesting choice, officer. Very high culture. For the first time, the street vendor's voice trails off as he watches you inspect the glasses. Try them on. This is how a sea monster sees the world. You've become a sea monster. Hairy, giant, hidden and strangely tender at heart. All is blue. Alright, but these actually make your vision worse. It's like literally being underwater. Yes, but they also make your soul quiver like jello, so deep. Wow, officer, you look so cool. The street vendor has picked up his pace again as you observe the world through deep-sea tinted lenses. And they can be yours for a mere 3 real. My regular customers have passed them up because they've got no taste, but you found them. Kim, what about these? The lieutenant tilts his head and steps back, eyes narrowed in a thorough examination. You look like a musician, he declares. Like Stevie Wonder, but you could do worse. +1 perception. +1 inland empire. They're actually really good. I'll buy them. +1 visual calculus and -drama. These glasses are actually amazing. As long as I don't need visual calculus. Yeah, we're getting stats out the eyes here. Happy days. Come on then. If I get 50 real, which I doubt I'm gonna find 10 real anyway, because there's no way that. How do you even earn money in this game? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, this is the right way. This is the right way. I need to be at the end of this boardwalk. I want to learn about my reality.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Learn about my reality. Ooh, very high. Oh, look. Jamais vu thought complete. Give me 12 points in conceptualization for this check. What is reach for something fundamental? What is all of this? The scent, the sound, the air? What world is this? What world? The fading pearls of her eyes look into the sea. The only one, I suppose. The world of matter and its pale antipode. The camera of her mind glides over the surface of the water. What do you see? Great bodies of water, forest-covered surfaces, clusters of light where the cities lie. You've seen the montage. We all have. This world is enough, she concludes. There is a term of endearment they coined for it in the DeLorean century when humanity was high on the world, discovering more and more of it. These archipelagos included, what is it? Elysium. Elysium. The world needs that sort of endearment. It does. There are those who would call it hell. What is hell? A term of hatred that originates, like many such things, with the Mesk petrofascists. I don't feel like I haven't gotten the whole picture yet. I've got a clear picture. I don't have a clear picture. Oh, you want a picture of the world? She raises her finger to her lips. There's no complete set yet, dear. They're having some trouble reaching orbit. How come? Great things are difficult to achieve for now. We're viewing the world from the inside, sideways. Inside, sideways. What shape is this world then? We used to think it was a sphere, but that is beginning to look less and less likely by the day. You wouldn't know it from the tabloids, but the ORG nations have been launching weather balloons into the lower ionosphere since the 30s. There's a steadily increasing trickle of images between three big scientific contributors. They're piecing it together, a dark grey corona. Yes, pale covers 72% of the surface. There are grey flares and prominences, even arcs below entire isolas. The images are blurry, but if there was a sphere in there, it certainly looks like it fractured a long time ago. A cold fear seeps into you. The pale. Sorry, not the veil. The pale. That's what it's called. The pale. And what do you mean corona? They say there's a rarefied envelope of matter surrounding the darkened disk of our planet. That is, if we are still living on a planet. Or, to speak more plainly, imagine vast swaths of land disrupted by nothingness. I'm sorry, dear, she looks around. I must sound quite terrifying through the acute encephalopathy. Even scientific positivism isn't entirely convinced about what we are dealing with here. But this is one of the great questions for our time. Maybe when they get the complete set together, it will jolt us out of our rut, bring us together, however naive it may sound. A fractured corona doesn't feel like it's going to bring anyone together. Okay, and then everything will be okay? I don't know about things of that scale. My expertise lies in nations and trade routes, one or several layers below everything. But yes, you'll be fine, don't worry. She does not seem convinced that you'll be fine. If anything, she is realizing how deep your condition runs. It certainly doesn't feel like I'm fine. You have misimagined it. I don't have the power to convey to you the effective geometry of the images that depict our world from below low orbit. She looks up. It's like the crowning of the world. It's insane. Very disco. You'd love it. Disco Elysium. Well, if you say it's disco then. See? Everyone finds something worth holding on to this world, however wasted its opportunities. The cold seeps into you. The air's heavy with 80% humidity. Suddenly you're conscious of yourself standing there on whatever this all is. Your arms hang down by your sides. The lieutenant observes you both silently. He adjusts his glasses. You said pale. What is pale? The pale is not, technically speaking, part of reality. Yes. The lieutenant looks at his watch. Also, I think we've had enough excitement for today. We do have a case to attend to. No. Kim, you're mistaken. We don't. This is the case we need to solve. His voice is low but firm. All she can say is, "Of course, Lieutenant." She bows, then turns to you. "Let's try something else." "I don't want to. I want to know what the pale is." "I don't think your colleague would appreciate that. He's already been so patient with this whole exercise." "Let's continue with something else, alright?" She leans against the railing. "You can ask about anything else in the world, anything." But she wants to tell you. Volition. You could sneak back later when he's not around unless you can convince him to step aside. Right, let's not risk failing this. I need Kim to step aside. I need the knowledge, Kim. Don't deny me this. Brother, don't deny me this knowledge.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Kim, please step aside. Good idea. Just ask him. He won't make a scene. Kim, can I talk to the mom alone for a second? Fine, he steps away with his notes. See? What can he do? You're a grown man. I'm a grown man. Now, what is the pale? Are you sure you're sure? Your colleague seemed adamant. Yes, what is the pale? The pale is the most dominant geological feature of the world, detective. The separate tissue between the isolas. It's the inter-isolary mass. Okay, what is the pale like? Well, wait, I'll say this. Wait, what is an isola? It's a Messinian word for a continent of matter, enveloped all sides by the pale. Also, isolation, our landmass. We used to believe there was only one. In the last 4 centuries, we have discovered 7. Mundai, Seol, Samara, Ilmara, Garad, Katla, and this Insulinde. And Insulinde is an oceanic isola. It comprises mostly of water. Mundai is the largest, Katla the coldest, Insulind the bluest. What can I say? She stops. Each perishing and dear. Okay, what is the pale like? Achromatic, odorless, featureless. The pale is the enemy of matter and life. It's not like any other or anything in the world. It's the transition state of being into nothingness. If we're surrounded by pale, how do you get from isola to isola? Oh, it is. Her lungs deflate. Her words sound like a sigh. So difficult for us. A squall of birds, hard way, operating in the harbour, firm, self-evident. It's possible to force dimensions on the pale. In modern times, we can even compress its latitude, bouncing radio waves from one end to the other, shortening the path. But it's still hard for humans to navigate the pale without getting lost, or having our minds changed. Is it here? No, detective, we're safe. She points to the sea. It began there, 6,000 kilometres to the north, and even more to the south, east and west. You are in the middle of the isola. As your gaze instinctively turns north, a small black pit opens up in your stomach. 6,000 kilometres from the end of the world. Yes, that is enough. Many cities are built much closer. And over there. An uproar of matter, darling, rising into the pale, rolling, evaporating, even a great vision. The area of transition between the world and the pale is called the porch collapse. Imagine a grey coronal mist, cold vapour marked by spores of an opportunistic microorganism, a mould that is adapted to grow at the edge of the unrest. It's... She closes her eyes and breathes out heavily. The most disco thing you'll ever see. You hear your pulse rise. The air feels caustic and cold suddenly. What are its physical qualities? It's difficult to describe and measure. Something whose fundamental property is the suspension of properties, physical, epistemological, linguistic. The further into the pale you travel, the steeper the degree of suspension, right down to the mathematical numbers stop working. No one has passed the number barrier. It may be impossible. And can the pale damage the mind? Extensively. How? Some say the damage stems from extreme sensory deprivation, others that the pale somehow consists of past information that's degrading. That is rare field past, not rare field matter. They call it the bend over the self. The pale does not only suspend the laws of physics, but also the laws of psychology, maybe history even. The human mind becomes over-radiated by past. What does this over-radiation feel like? 2 cents, I need to take a drink. Ah, it feels terrible. Absolutely terrible. International standards strictly limits civilian travellers to 6 days of pale exposure per year. You're not a civilian You're not a civilian passenger. No, Lieutenant Dubois. I'm entropinetic business class. I'm cleared and trained for 22 days of pale transit annually. So it does actually sound like this is the real thing. If the governments know about it as well. Perhaps that explains her strange pinning after the revolution. Some degraded early memories. Do lorry drivers pass the pale? Yes. Carried in the hulls of an airship, she nods. It's a horrific job. Automation will abolish it soon. You should ask the pale driver about this. See what she says. That poor woman might have stories to tell like you wouldn't imagine. Are you over-radiated? Up to my gills, officer. An acidic smile on her lips. It gets worse every year. What is entropinetic? She corrects. Is a scientific study of the pale, or recent iteration of it by way of grad. The study of the pale reaches back 6,000 years. The Perconicians called the Western Plain. Did they cross it? There are signs of crossings. Successful navigation of the Pale relies not just on technical know-how, but intensive psychological preparation. Some of these tactics have been known for thousands of years. And what's changed? Nothing. We remain powerless before the Pale. Aerostatic craft. So wait there. The only real advance in Pale transit is the speed of which an aerostatic craft can pierce it. Less exposure leads to less effects. Hybrid airships detective. Conventional rotors or jet engines no longer add velocity after the point for reference. The point of reference for motion is suspended once you've crossed from near Pale to far Pale. In essence, we throw them in and they come out the other end. If we throw them precisely, if we do not, then they don't. Gone like a skipping stone beneath the surface, how much Pale is there compared to the world? The Pale outweighs reality 2 to 1. There is more Pale than there is matter, and the radio is slipping. Slipping how? What do you think, detective? She looks you in the eye. It's shrinking. There's more and more of this world. There is more Pale than there is matter. I think it's grown. There's more and more of the Pale. Precisely. One of the few measurable effects of the Pale is that it's expanding at an unknown rate. An intuitive conclusion on the development is that one day the Pale will cover everything, but this sort of talk is mostly left to extremists. Yeah, exactly. Where would we go? Most people, and indeed most private and government sector organisations, entire civilizations and religions even, find handy ways to ignore or downplay that knowledge. I suggest you do the same. Off we go. You see the hanged man's mouth open. Off we go to the wild Pale yonder. One and all, she closes her eyes. They say Pale is death, but for the universe. Why should we leave and the world get left behind? Let's get back to reality. Yes, sweet reality. Is this the first time you hear this? Do you really not remember anything? I sometimes sense vague shadows of a past and it's not good. I'm getting a sense of who I am. But no, I didn't know this. Beyond curious, tell me, what do you think of the Pale? I think you were right. It's disco. It's definitely disco. Her eyes tense. Crow's feet radiate from them. She observes you, your bloodshot eyes and swollen face. Your ailing constitution, sweaty forehead, and the beads there, and your heavy breathing. You really didn't know? This does not spell good for the investigation, detective. If you don't know even this, then she stops mid-sentence. This investigation will be my masterpiece. The one they remember me by, I promise. I hope so, I truly do. If I may suggest, hold on to your colleague Kitsuragi. I ran a check on him and he's very competent. In the meanwhile, some of that assurance is meant for herself as much as it's meant for you. She must have a lot on the line here. You have me. I will assist you in any way I can, even if we have to do it one basic term at a time. She gives you a slight bow. Good, the lieutenant returns. You have not passed out from it. Perhaps I was worried for nothing. Are we still on the reality lowdown, or should we do actual police work? That was fucking insane, Kim. Yes, well, he thinks. The rest of us have dealt with it for thousands of years, so he looks around, a little uncomfortable now. You will have to deal with it too. The lieutenant thinks this is why I didn't want you to know, esprit de corps. Some more reality lowdown before we go. I'm happy to oblige. I want to know what you are. She hums. She won't maneuver her way out of this one. Stop dodging. Who are you? What are you? I am the vilest of the vile, she says with a sudden flash of teeth. A traitor, a devourer of nations and infants. I am an ultra. She raises the corner of her mouth, smirking, revealing a canine. It's sharp. Dos mio, draw across, a liberal. Dos mio. Wait. What is an ultra? An ultra-liberal. It's a type of liberal from the revolution. It's not the moderate kind. I'm going to say this. Dos mio. Yes, she nods slowly. I am the nether creature of the forbidden swamp. I pushed the king under a shit wagon and betrayed the revolution. My kind surrendered the nation to financial colonists. I can see you thought we'd gone extinct. After all, no sane person identifies as an ultra-liberal anymore. Not in broad daylight. She looks into your eye. You've got Revachol in your blood. A real nationalist, no? Tell me now that I've uncoiled myself. Are you repulsed? In her green eyes you see a mixture of truth and self-satire. Decades of guilt and pride. Forgive her. I forgive you, but only 'cause you're charming. Adwil, she pronounces, who being of great charm and guile, sneaketh into the homes of the godly. That's right. Beneath her waterproof raincoat and silk shirt is a body imbibed in numb 12 perfume. You are suddenly and intimately aware of it. Vile Duil. Shake your head slowly. Oh shit, I could have said what? Wanna fuck? Oh my god, I missed that option. I hope we were able to remain friends despite my scaly bulk and my love of regicide and homosexuality. The loss of sovereignty was not our plan all along, I assure you. When the dust settled, the Liberals were the only ones left to clean up the mess. By virtue of their survival, they were handed enormous power to shape the future. She turned her gaze to the Delta. This was all our last generation managed. Would you have done something differently? With due respect to our overlords, the eternal caretaker government that keeps Martinaise a monument, the efficiency of its artillery. With a gentle wind, I would not have relinquished sovereignty to the coalition, not here Martinaise, and not in the Stella Maris or Delta Beachlands either, if not only for my own sake. She realizes her small cold fists are clenched. She loosens them. Then for my daughter, we had an obligation to defend our sovereignty. We should have burned the whole isla down rather than let them have it. Dark orange flames reflect in her green eyes, an oil fire on the ocean. You're a patriot. Yes, I suppose I am, but I wouldn't be a patriot anywhere out here. Seditious talk, Mom. Kim puts down his notes and gives her a look. You're a smart woman. You have daughters. Yes, whatever else I am also a mother and a wife. She closes her eyes, then opens them again. Now shall we return to reality? Let's go. Bloody hell. That was a mind-bending blast. But we've got a lead on that. We'll go and speak to the truck driver about the pail. Come on, baby. We might finally get answers on what we want to know. I'm balls deep in the pail conspiracy. So hold on. Everything that has happened in my character's head, in Harry's head, talking about being the cop of the apocalypse. It's all true, isn't it? Because the apocalypse is coming. The pail is going to consume all. It's fucking awesome, this game. She's over here. Let's see what we can get out of her. Kim doesn't like this girl, does he? Pail driver. Snap your fingers. I think I know what's going on with you. And what is that? She sticks a filterless cigarette into a cigarette holder and reaches for the light. You're a pail driver. You transport goods through the pail. Great. The lieutenant concedes with a head shake. He asked the Pines rep about the pail, and now he's talking to everyone about it. Yes, I am. Fine then, he sighs. Just try not to black out again and don't contemplate. We don't have time for that. Oh, I'm contemplating, Kim. I'm drawing existential conclusions from this. Everything is related to the pail. My condition, the case, everything. It's all entropinetic. That is exactly what I didn't want to think. He sighs and turns to the woman. Mom, my partner wanted to know if you work in the Pale Transport. No offence, but your partner. She lights up the cigarette. A white and silver cloud of smoke disappears into her mouth. Seems like a bit of an idiot. She breathes out. The air tastes sweet. Republica. A filterless cigarette. Smell the air. I want to say that. It's not very healthy. Neither is pale transportation, she shrugs. Life is transitionary. Transitory. I blacked out after a night of heavy drinking and lost all memory of the world. Like Gabriel Buenguero in Pergunte a Puera. She nods and smiles unkindly. You're the opposite of me then. I remember everything, even things I never knew. Things you never knew. The smell of liquor on Gabriel's lips after the shoot. In the motor park. The roses on the day of Francognero's coronation. On the grand stairs of Rail. The smoke from the Fowland Peace when Dolores Day was shot. The look on her face like an orgasm. The wound in her chest. My hand in my father's hand. She closes her eyes. Her eyelids trembling. Except I never had a father. And I never shot her innocent Dolores Day. Over radiation. Heroic doses. Eggs rife. Heroic. Isn't that dangerous? Thoughts insertion. Dithering. The Grad Catla Magistral. The Savours of Lungful. It's more than dangerous if it's sad. But at first, I had to make a living now. When you've seen it all go away like that, rolling off like the sea, and then come back to this, she gestures at the square, the broken horse monument, the clanging of machines in the distance. What we are doing here, what are we doing here for thousands of years, Gabrielle? It doesn't have to be like this. We can just give up. We can just become vapor. What does it look like, the Pale? Like looking into the ocean at night in the dark, and you cannot see it, but you know it's there, and it's big. Bigger than anything. Bigger than all of the other things combined. What does it feel like? Nothing until it starts. When you're deep enough, then, for me, it's like autumn. Dark grey and orange. The orange of streetlights and the colour of trees in the electric light. It smells like autumn too, and smells terrible. Nostalgia. Cooped up in the cabin, shaking. Terrible nostalgia. For yourself, for humans, it's too much to bear. She loves it. How do you pass through it? In the belly of an airship, behind steel windows, so you don't look straight into it. It's not advised to look into it. Not on this lorry then. No, the same one. A roller. They're all nowadays. Special wheels for connecting the floor to the hold. She points to the machines, clumped up like toys. Their small wheels are small and round. Multi-axle trailers. One last thing. You said we can just become vapor. Yes. I would rather have what I have than what you have. I would rather have what you have than what I have. I feel I already have what you have in some way. They say there is a point, one that I have not crossed in the Pale, super deep. If you stray too far off course on the U-41A or in Lomonosov's land, where every step you take is one step further from home, no matter the direction. It's a point you cannot come back from. Your mind becomes so radiant with the past. There is a flip. She flicks the ash from her cigarette. Instead of writing, it erases memory. Nearing some kind of, she shakes her head, indescribable finale. Maybe you've been down the motorway south. She looks at her cigarette. It's almost out. She has swallowed it hungrily. Then at you. The motorway south. It's a story us longhaursmen tell the longhaursmen. Zerif, not pale drivers. Way behind the established pale that's lit by radio frequencies where it goes silent. And dark. And the process begins. Erasure. Kilometre by kilometre, in any direction, the motorway south is a road you cannot come back from. So what's at the end? No one knows what's at the end. She takes a cigarette out of her cigarette holder and extinguishes it. I've only glimpsed the beginning. The motorway south. I've only felt it in the distance. When I was a child, she goes silent. Her eyes close and her hands shake. A child rowing on a lake. Mom? Hoisiana. A sigh escapes her lips, then silence, as she stares within herself. There's nothing more to do now. She's far away. You fried both our brains enough today, detective. He inspects her, no response. Let's get some air. This one's far gone. He shakes his head silently as he turns to leave. The motorway south. At the edge of the map, the landmass begins to disintegrate into pure trigonometry. The ocean melts, becoming a tangle of sines and cosines. The mountain range turns into a sharp-angled azimuth. Its green rain shadow dithers, like music turning into a waveform, and then vanishes. This is the end. A half-remembered textbook from your childhood. The porch collapsing on the edge of an isola. A transition from reality to pale. A single vector shoots out like a rocket. It's the motorway south, splintering off from the known pale. To where? Where does it go? Fuck, I need to know where this goes. 8 hours, 10 minutes. Oh, I don't want to get rid of anything. Right, that is so fucking interesting. I'm actually, tell you where I'm going. I want to go back to the church. See if I can do anything else with this pail. We've got so much info there. I want to know what this 2mm hole does. We are on a mind-bending trip this episode. It's fucking crazy, son. Still nothing. I was wondering if night time had passed. That would find anything in those traps. I want to find that phasmid. I'm kind of thinking that I bet you this murder case that we're on has got something to do with the pale, like in a crack within reality. It's all very paranormal and supernatural. I'm still raving away. Go on, sunshine.
Yes, what is it?
Heard of the doomed commercial area? Investigated doomed commercial area. Heard of the motorway south? I'm gonna... I bet you I need to internalize that motorway south before I'm able to do this. Right, okay. Right, what can we get rid of? Shit, I lost logic with that. Do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get rid of this, but I'm gonna put points into composure and visual calculus, and then I can swap that for the motorway south. Right, hold on. Can we even barely scratch this with putting some logic gear on? But has this percentage even
Yes.
changed a bit?
What is it?
42%, we can do it. We can do it without internalizing that. Good, 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 good. Come on, baby. Fucking need it. I need it.
Yes. What is it?
Mother bitch. I just called her a mother bitch. Mother bitch. I'm getting this. Lads, we're gonna go on a mind-bending adventure. This game's like being on drugs. It's unbelievable. Come on, baby, show me the goods.
Yes. What is it?
Oh, it's not happy. Is this going to be one of them skill checks that you can't pass no matter the percentage until you've internalized something? Might be.
Yes. What is it?
Bitch. Right, wait there.
Yes. What is it?
That, we've got to get it now. Boom, got it. Right. You don't have to. You already have a long time ago. Wait, I don't understand what the... Wait, how? These thoughts formed in you somewhere, in a long-forgotten discussion behind a kitchen table in the evening light. Drinking coffee and smoking with a friend. And a woman, she was there too. Her hair smelled of shampoo and she was smoking. Sooner. It is the origin point of the pail. What? The swallow. It's how it starts. It's baby pale. But she looks up and there's fear in her eyes as she considers the possibility. But Pale isn't here. We're thousands of kilometers from the edge. That comforts her. No. Look up first. We are 20 meters from the very edge. She looks up into darkness under the nave, then back at you. The Pale is only an effect, a transition between the world and that. Then what is that? It's nothing. No. It's less than nothing. No. It's less than nothing. The final real state for reality. Imagine if all was this. Spread your hands. Never was. Then the Pale is simply a gradient. But the gradient, it clearly hasn't started yet. We're here and the Pale is not. One day, when it's larger, it will be. I understand, she closes her eyes. A theory of the Pale where instead of an outer ocean, it metastasises. It metastasises like cancer or a mold, erupting in points inside the world. Nod. This is one of those places. She's silent for a second, then she opens her mouth. According to this, how long? Until it starts swallowing? It's already started. Starting with sound. And information, she nods, causing data losses in the east Insulind front. Wait there, look, I'm piecing it together. The Pale caused the loss of data. It also causes the loss of memory. It consumes everything. That's what it does. That's why people lose their mind in the Pale. The same way as any other piece of information will also get stuck. I wonder if the Pale is like an all-encompassing and devouring being of information and knowledge. Yeah. Have you considered why it formed in a church, and also when or how it might start growing, or if it has other effects in addition to sound and data? An intellectual hunger fills her now, casting fear aside. I also have a question. Since we're piling them on, how do you know this? I'm not doubting you, he explains. I'm simply curious as how a detective of the RCM knows how to think this. All the failed businesses in the doomed commercial area. It didn't form in a church. The church formed around it. Of course, a pinewood sarcophagus, or a, she looks for words, a containment facility of some kind, built by the first settlers. Yes, acting on instinctual level, or religious practices we've forgotten. I've considered the same. The bad news is, there were 7 pinewood churches built in the first decade of the Revachol settlement. Most of them were burnt down during the Revolution, or repurposed before, during suzerain. I'm not saying all of them have one in them, but some of them might. A black rain hanging in the air. All the failed businesses in the doomed commercial area, all the failure in Martinez. You'd think the presence of that puncture has somehow influenced the outcome of events here, even say software development. Possibly. She's already made up her mind when she heard it. Some kind of great and uncaring force had to play a part. It wasn't only them. All the failed businesses and ideologies, there's something wrong here. Yes, even the revolution was defeated here. I mean, kind of. Entropanetic history. I told the producers we need to go and move on to a normal office building with amenities, but no. The artists like the milieu, the writers like the history. She shakes her head. I told them. I should let people still working in there know about this. They might be affected. You mean Plaisance and the dice maker? There was also almost no one left when we packed up. No, just a dice maker. I don't think Plaisance would survive the knowledge. No, just Plaisance. I don't think Neha is playing fair in this game. I don't think she's playing fair in this game. But yes, both of them deserve to know. Then go tell them, she smiles, suddenly encouraging. I think I've had this thought before. That's how I know. An amateur entropanetic police officer. I'd like to say I've heard stranger things, but I'm not sure. This is a hell of a guess, however. Well worded, I might add. Yes, it is very interesting, but I wouldn't say you know. This is a guess. One thing's going to have to be proved by scientists. Conclude. One day the world will all be like the 2mm hole. She falls silent. The wind blows in through the... Cleaning out the rooms. New thought. The wind blows in through the hole in the stained glass window, cold and moist. I'm going to leave that out, but the rest of some of this I can use to start to explain this to the rest of the team. Maybe I'll sound mad, but... Mom, you will certainly sound mad. She shrugs. One more thing. Maybe a club for anodic music isn't the worst thing you can erect around this particular point in space. The club is the only thing keeping this place and the rest of reality together. I wouldn't go so far as to, yeah, once the lights is on in the universe, it will never go out. Thank you, Egghead. Let's leave it at that, shall we? We have an unentropanetic detection to perform in this district. Well then, looks like we're headed out to tell Plaisance and the dice maker. I've always had a funny feeling about the dice maker. The thing is, right, all of this pale and things that we've just talked about there could still all be bullshit, because this is what happens. The same address, the lead program... Yeah, we know. This is what happens when people get certain things in their head. This is what happened to the... I've actually forgotten her name now. It's been a while since we've spoken to her, and she has left now. But the woman and her husband, the cryptozoologists. That's what happens. Like, if you get a thought in your head that might not be true, it might not be real, but if you think about it long enough, it becomes real to you. And that could be what's happening with me with the pale. I've heard a fairy tale or something. I've had like some weird experiences related to drinking and alcohol. But I've fixated on it. I've believed it to be real. And that is why it's manifesting itself in the world. Because the more we talk about it, the more people we talk about it with, the more and more it becomes reality. It's fucking crazy, son. Kim might actually be the only sane person in the game. I'm starting to think that. Where am I headed? The bookstore. This woman's probably going to have a breakdown, but I can't wait. The truth hurts, baby. Wait. I want to check this thought out first. Cleaning out the rooms. Someone's been walking around in your dreams lately, looking for something, tidying up, rearranging, storing away all of the unrealized dreams, putting old pains in boxes. The worst nightmares have settled down for a while. A spot of light in the bedroom door after dark, the fluttering of eyelids in the spring sun, a thought that arises only to disappear again, and yet there's a pattern emerging. Oh. The motorway south and cleaning out the rooms. I really do want to find out what these say upon completion, but all of my things. I could probably get rid of derealization now, as long as I spend a point on my intelligence caps. Like if I put 2 in encyclopedia, 2 in drama, an extra, I could put an extra 1 in conceptualization, but we'll see. I'm not going to do that yet.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Plaisance, I have something to tell you. I found the actual source of doom. What do you mean, the actual source? She clutches her pennon anxiously. Are you talking about the third presence? She remembers. Good. Yeah, we told her about that. My investigation has led me to discover a 2mm entropinetic hole in reality. That's the source of doom, both in the commercial area and in Martinez. A what? A tiny hole in reality. It may be connected with the Pale, an origin point of sorts. It would explain why historically so many things have ended in failure here in Martinez. Mom, what he's telling is true. Oh, he's got my back. We found an entropinetic anomaly in the small Pinewood church down the coast. I don't mean to be an alarmist, and more research is needed, but it's not looking good. But that's not in any of the ancient texts. How am I supposed to protect my bookstore from that? She's too afraid to even say the word. You can't protect it, not against Pale. Close up the shop and try to get as far away from this thing as possible. You can protect it with hope, by refusing to give up. That's what people have done in the past, by building a church, a place of worship around the thing. Yeah, I want to say that. You're right, officer. I can't just leave everything after all this work. The little bookstore has become the corner store of our neighbourhood. I just can't jump ship and leave. Besides, didn't I have some Sealite Hope catchers around here somewhere? I must find them. Everything will be alright if I can just find them. Excellent. Thank you for your help. In any case, you're welcome back here anytime. Farewell, book peddler. Now let's go and tell the dice maker. Oh wait, they won't talk to Kim.
It's dark.
Oh yes. Yeah, the flashlight, of course. Fair point. Yes, totally obvious. Is it through here? I forgot where it is. No, it's not. It's not through here. It's not. This is where the bear fridge is. We've got to go right through the door and then up through the iron curtain. Here we are. Let's see what she makes of all this. I think I found the actual source of this curse. You mean the curse that I'm spared of because I live outside its immediate reach? Yes. Well, about that. It's a bit more complicated than I first thought it would be. I'm listening. She leans back in her chair, arms crossed across the chest. Just say it. There's a 2mm hole in reality located in a church on the other side of the canal. I think they may be related to the Pale. Excuse me? She sits up, visibly agitated. A 2mm hole in reality. This can't be true. I'm afraid it is, Mom. Suna Lukanen killed, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident, made the discovery. Suna is involved in this. She appears to take this in, while the chatter from her headphones continues unabated. So it's even worse than I thought. It's not just the commercial area that's cursed, it's the entire world. She looks outside the window where daylight has filled the yard. Don't worry about it. You've been doing so fine so far. I'm sure it's nothing. Wait, no. I wouldn't go as far to say that the entire world is doomed. Well, I'll say you've been doing fine so far. You mean considering the fact that the world is collapsing on my porch? She gives you a rueful smile and takes a look around. In any case, thank you for stopping by. It's good to have an answer even if I can't claim to understand it fully. There we go. Here, man. We are dropping knowledge bombs on bitches. That's how I roll. Okay. Well. Looks like we're going to get to asking about Ruby in the village next episode. I was planning on doing it this episode, but we got sidetracked with the truth. Let's leave. Where are the clothes it used to display? Smells like with leather and sweat. That's probably because my perception's really high. We're getting all these new little bubbles. Well, what I think I'll do is I'm going to walk back to the fishing village, then save it there. So we're ready and prepared to start next episode, searching for Ruby. I think the time has come for us to find her. The time has come. I'm just trying to rack my brains of who else might be interested in the Pale. Although I don't think anyone springs to mind. I think the cryptozoologist might have been interested, but they've left the area now. Because he fell ill. Right then, I think that's a good place to save the game. And I hope your mind is as blown as mine is. Hope you've enjoyed the episode, and I shall see you in the next one. In a bit, lads.